Good morning, everyone. So today we are here to talk about YouTube as a learning tool. So to start with, members here: Azita, Aura, Satya, Miranda, and myself, Bharana. Uh, and we are here to talk about YouTube. And this is our agenda for today. We are going to talk about what YouTube is and what are its functions. We're going to talk about how it assists in language learning, specifically the four skills and also pronunciation as well. And finally, we are going to give a general evaluation of its strengths and weaknesses. So to start with, what is YouTube? YouTube is a platform where it started out as YouTube. Basically, you upload videos and you share videos and you watch videos. And these videos range from entertainment to education. And currently, you can do video sharing, you can research, you can do tutorials, as well as you can entertainment is a huge part of YouTube. Everyone uses it for entertainment, I think. And we are focusing more on education today. So this is a former CEO of YouTube. He has stated that YouTube is becoming much more than an entertainment and proceeding to education as well. As you know, YouTube is a free software with its premium functions. You can just listen to music and all that. No premium stuff needed for your educational purposes. So let's go for our first language skill listening. How does YouTube contribute to listening? First of all, on YouTube, there are many English-speaking countries, right? So these English-speaking countrymen, or YouTubers as you call them, they would upload different videos with different dialects and accents. So there are all kinds of accents that are available that teachers and students can use to identify, to differentiate the various dialects and accents. And each video is given fully access control to each student or teacher. Therefore, the videos can be sped up or slowed down. The videos can be repeated, and right now the videos can be moved from one video to another just by a click of a button. And each video has captioning, that is subtitles, and there are captioning available in multiple languages, mainly English, but otherwise Spanish, German, and all those other languages, as well as some videos have dubbing. So imagine a Japanese student, they can listen to their own country's videos in English, so they can learn English and they can listen to those English accents. So finally, wrapping up to the entertainment purposes, YouTube is used mainly for listening to music and songs. However, there are many studies and researches towards how music and songs would negatively affect students' learning capabilities when it comes to language. So if you're using YouTube, be mindful not to wander off into the entertainment aspect of YouTube. And over to you, Rasi, who's talking about.
Thank you, Varuna. So I was talking about how YouTube can be used for speaking and pronunciation skills in language learning. So with YouTube, we have exposure to native pronunciation. So when you're learning a language, usually you're learning as a second language. So you need to have access to people pronouncing words, especially in the correct manner. Because otherwise, you might end up speaking or your pronunciation might be incorrect, and therefore it won't be as authentic. So through YouTube, you'll be able to be exposed to authentic speakers, native speakers, and be able to speak in the same manner. Through YouTube, you can also through YouTube, you'll be also able to repeat videos for imitation and articulation. What this means is that with YouTube, as Varun had mentioned earlier, you have the playback option. So when you're learning a language, you need to repeatedly hear words, hear conversations, and in order to assimilate this knowledge into you, you need to be able to repeat it. So YouTube offers us that option of being able to repeat these videos on a loop even, and be able to try and listen to how the native speakers are pronunciating these words, and try and imitate them and learn basically through repetition. You are also able to view real life conversations. So when you're learning a language, you need to see how it is used in a real life context. So when you need to go to the grocery store, having telephone conversations, at the checkout counter, what the dialogues that you would have. So these types of exposure exposes the learners to different speech patterns and even expressions that you would use in everyday dialogue, so that they would be able to have that exposure and be able to inculcate it in their own speech as well. Through YouTube, you'll be also able to be exposed to explicit and implicit meanings in conversations. So when you're having a dialogue, sometimes what you say explicitly doesn't really tie in what you mean, but you're implying. For example, say somebody was being very sarcastic and they said, "Oh, thank you." They're not really being grateful there. So you can only see that through the facial expressions, the body language, and especially if you're showing a new learner these inferred meanings, you can show them through the stress, the intonation of the conversation, the body language that the speakers are exuding at that point of time. So then they'll be able to pick up, oh, this person is not really being grateful. So that the ability to see the implied meaning behind the conversations, you can through the video. Another thing that we have another advantage that we have through YouTube is the exposure to thought-provoking topics that may encourage conversation. So when you are learning a new language, you should practice that language. You should have the opportunity to speak your mind and express your opinions. So through YouTube, there's such a variety of topics and diverse topics that you can choose from. So you would definitely have topics that the learners can relate to, the students can have strong opinions about. So you can show these topics and create opportunities where students would want to express themselves and to speak their mind. So therefore, they will be creating opportunities, speaking opportunities for them to practice the language that they're learning. Right? So now we are going to move on to Eranga, where she'll be teaching you more about how YouTube can help other skills.
Thank you, Rasi. Now I will be talking about how YouTube assists with reading, writing and vocabulary skills in language learning. First of all, we can go to the first point. YouTube explore and organize ideas of learners. Actually, YouTube students are more interested in using YouTube videos, and they more likely to see YouTube videos and pay their attention to using YouTube videos instead of reading walls, reading textbooks and reading notes like that. So using these YouTube videos, they can improve their knowledge, and they can organize how they should organize their sentences, and how they can write them, and how they can improve their knowledge like that. Then we can move to the produce grammatical sentences and use the mechanics of writing. Using YouTube videos, students can improve their grammar knowledge automatically and flexibility through their exposure. Then they see how the sentences are constructed, and then they can try to make their own sentences with using these grammar knowledge of using YouTube videos. The other point is it increases the students' awareness. According to the Bustow 2015, YouTube videos engaged more students and providing better knowledge and satisfaction for their understanding and the sensitivity of learning English. Through them, they can attune their knowledge, grasping the English knowledge. They can attune more quickly and easy. And my fourth point is they can able to learn and remember more vocabulary. YouTube videos can provide visual support for all the students in learning English. Then students understand how new vocabulary, how they have to understand new vocabulary, and they can learn new vocabulary using these videos, and they can understand how they constructed grammatical sentences with using new vocabulary. And my last point is it improves the students' comprehension performance at the literal and critical level. When we talk about their literal and critical level of comprehension performances, using prior knowledge, then making, predicting, questioning, and making, referencing, visualizing, they help to improve their critical literal comprehension level of their English knowledge. And then as inference strategy, linking words, phrases and clauses help them to improve their critical level of comprehension of the comprehension. Overall, with using these 5 steps, 5 points, they can improve their reading skills and writing skills and vocabulary skills. Now, my colleague Zaliha will talk about the strengths of using YouTube.
Thank you, Erenva. So now I will be talking about the strengths of using YouTube within the classroom. So my first point is a supplemental resource. What do you mean by a supplemental resource? It's an additional learning material that can be used in a classroom to provide a better understanding about particular concept in a classroom. So other than text, other than textbooks and lectures, a teacher can use YouTube videos to provide a better concept to the learners relevant to English language lessons. And then YouTube videos will be helpful for mostly, especially for visual learners and those who struggle to understand concept. Then we'll move to the next point. Offers multiple learning options. YouTube can offer more options to the channels. So the first option that you can choose varieties of videos that suits for different types of learners, like auditory learners, visual learners, and kinesthetic learners. So especially for auditory learners, they can use audio books, and visual learners, you can use visual videos, different kinds of videos. Then also we can use another option as live sessions. Live sessions can be done, you can done self-study through live sessions like online tutorials, and it's especially for language learning to improve your speaking skills. You can use live sessions to join with them and improve your communication skills. Then also playback speed, you can adjust the speed according to the learner's capability of understanding. And then we can use subtitles as different closed captions in different languages you can choose from those options. So the next point we will be moving to stimulate students' attention and interest. So as I said, we can use varieties of YouTube videos that suits for different kinds of learners. So according to the learner's interest, we can use different YouTube videos like such as attractive and creative videos to grab their attention and to engage them in the lesson. Then we'll move to the next point is increases in students' motivation in learning a language. So pronunciation in a classroom, because most of students, they refuse to learn, if they get bored while doing the lesson. So to motivate them, you can use motivational speeches through YouTube videos, and you can use movies and series, TV shows, and also interviews. So those videos can be helpful for them to enhance their language competency, and also to develop their communication skills. And then we'll move to the next point is to improve students' vocabulary mastery. So, to build up a healthy conversation, and to build up a healthy conversation, you must improve your vocabulary skills. So, to learn new words and new meanings, you can add new vocabulary. So you can go through with the YouTube videos and learn more pronunciations, new vocabulary, and you can add into your vocabulary, into your language competence. So then these are the strengths of using YouTube in a classroom. So the next will be our coach.
Okay, thank you, Saliha, and good morning, madam, and good morning, my fellow students. And I will be talking weaknesses of YouTube. So we all have used YouTube. I mean, some of you may have used for education, and most of the time it's not education, right? To watch videos. And my first point is quality control. I mean, these content are not created by language experts or educators. Most of the content. So we should think, what about the quality? And also these creators are going after. They are very greedy, they are going after watch hours, and that's how they make money, right? So their main goal is to make money. So they are putting whatever the content they can make money, regardless of quality. They are putting that content. So that's one of the issue, weakness in YouTube, the quality control. The second one is lack of structure. So there's no systematic curriculum in YouTube content. I mean, if you are a student, you might need like a proper structure to learn language, right? A curriculum. So according to the first point, there's no limit, there's no quality control or anything on YouTube content. I mean, there are some quality content. I mean, there are some advantages according to my fellow team member. But the thing is, you have to be smart about it. You have to choose your content wisely. And next point is increasing screen time. YouTube is a social media platform, and you guys know nowadays most of the new generation, these kids are addicted to social media, mostly TikTok, YouTube, and to be frank with you, this new generation using social media only for entertainment, right? Not for the education. So there are some advantages, but it's still a social media platform, right? So you might get addicted. So you have to be smart about it and be mindful. And my fourth point is limited interactivity. So I was listening to other team members' speeches and presentations, and they were saying there are like many ways to interact. The platform they talk, like Duolingo or something, those platforms are created to interact. They are giving feedback, and you can get like comments. You can submit your work. They are giving marks, and then there are like lots of advantages. on those platforms. But in YouTube, you can only watch videos. I mean, of course, you can comment and get a reply, but it's only very limited interaction in YouTube. So that's another weakness. And my fifth point is distraction. So for my experience, I was once learning works or something from in a YouTube video, right? So I was learning that it's explaining the verb is and blah blah blah, and then suddenly this some random guy appears on the screen and asks you like, "Do you want to know how I made 1 million in 1 month?" Then I was like, "Oh, that's easy. Then what I'm doing, right? Then I'm wasting my time. I mean, if I can make 1 million in 1 month, so click in the advertisement most probably, right?" So it's so again you have to be mindful and be smart about it, and it's very distracting. Sometimes even when you are playing a song, there's an advertisement in the middle of the song. So that's another weakness. The last point is internet access. To use YouTube as a learning tool, you must have internet access and electricity. So the current situation in Sri Lanka, electricity is very expensive now, and also we have like interruptions most of the time, and internet bills are very high. It's getting expensive day by day. So we can say like in most of the urban areas it's not a problem, but let's think about the rural areas in Sri Lanka. They might have huge problems with electricity and internet access. So they can't use YouTube as a learning tool. So there's another weakness. And as a conclusion, I might say YouTube is a very powerful tool. I mean, there's like lots of content to learn anything. I mean, not only the language, but just we have to be mindful, right? We have to choose the correct content to learn, and we have to go through the who is the creator is and what's their qualifications, and we have to be smart about it. And those are the weaknesses, and that's the conclusion. So let's move on to Q&A session. Do you guys have any questions that I would love to answer? No? No? Okay, that's the end of our presentation. Thank you.